ever find the right words. And there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl. So I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right, it feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. Going with the gut, never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective, I'm the
seatbelt. Safety first, people, safety first. What is up, guys? Teenricer here, back at it again with another video, and today we're going to review my Honda Civic. This is a 1998 Honda Civic EX. Let's get right into this review. So first things first, I want to say thank you to everybody who's watching right now. Let me roll up the windows. I want to give a thank you to everybody who's watching right now. Please, you guys, if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe down below. Lots of things to come, and hope you leave a like on this video. Hope you enjoy. So basically today what we're going to be talking about is my 1998 Honda Civic. So what I want to get through in this video, sorry, got my AC on. AC works in this thing. But what I want to get through is the Honda Civic a very good first car? And you know, let's talk about background of this car. You know, back then this thing was the absolute bomb. Honda never thought that people would actually go to this extremer level with these cars and modify them as much as people are modifying nowadays, and it's just very insane. But first, I want to introduce the car to you guys. This is a 1.6 liter D-series motor, nothing very fancy. And what's it called? It's a D16 Y7 non-VTEC, so it doesn't have the VTEC, so it doesn't have the get up and go sometimes. The exhaust I'm running on this car is basically the stock 1.5 inch exhaust with a 5 inch cat back in the back, a little 5 inch part can. Really doesn't sound as loud. I really would like to make it sound a lot louder, but for now, as a daily use, it's a pretty good car. Typically people usually like to lower these cars and make them go like all out with them, and sometimes people like to drive them on like, you know, drag strips and everything. But to be honest with you, some people don't understand that, you know, Hondas are very good with suspension wise. You know, they're very good on corners. This car is particularly very good on corners. I'm running I think it's a 215 setup on the wheels. My wheels are XXR 15x8s, and let me tell you, these mother freakers really do grip the road. They really like the road. These wheels were basically 200 bucks. Look how it does the curve right here. I'm all up in the curve right now. She does it fine. All the hype about this car, you might see these cars rarely being reviewed on the internet, or rarely being actually like talked about as a daily car. You really see these cars as race cars on the internet. There's a lot more to the Honda Civic than what people think there is, you know what I'm saying? So this car, I originally bought it for $300. It was sitting in somebody's yard. She was just sitting there being neglected, and you know, I already had a CRX. I have a 1991 CRX. If you guys want to see it, you know, check down below on the videos. Remember to subscribe. You might see some videos of it. So basically, this car was pretty much like a little beater. Mine's right now in the condition that it is right now. I was surprised how clean it was, to be honest with you. And a lot of people, when they get into a Honda, and it's always a stereotype, you know, you're a ricer. And to be honest with you, this car has its ricer way, and it has its normal, you know, kind of car way. I daily my Civic, and to be honest, it's pretty awesome. It's fine to me. I really love this car. I would recommend as a first car. Power wise, I'm pretty sure my car's making a good 130, if not 120 horsepower. It's not something too fast. It's something to get you around the town and, you know, get you where you want to go. A to B car. Very, you know, it's a very nice car. The looks are there. The speed is not really let's say the car is really light for what it is, so it really doesn't matter. You feel like you're going fast anyway. See, look, right now I'm hitting 60 in 4th gear. So it's really nothing too special. Originally has 223,000 miles, and the motor itself has 123. The motor's clean, literally. 1.6, like I said, D16 Y7, no VTEC. I actually had done the intake manifold swap on it. It used to have the Y7 manifold, now it has the Y8 manifold, because the motor was blown when I got it. Now, the pros and cons, I'm gonna give you some pros and cons for this car. The pros, it's extremely nice. Parts are cheap on it, and that's something that you want for a first car. If you're gonna get into a first car, you want something that's cheap, reliable, and good on gas. Now, the reliable part on this car is really, really reliable. These Hondas do not die. These cars are so reliable. Over here in Wallace, you see them everywhere. Now, the motor, like that came in these cars was usually, you know, the D series, but the SI came with the the B16 motor. Was a lot more beefier, a lot more faster, a lot more horsepower, a lot more fun, and had a whole bunch of other features. Now, these cars, the EX, were kind of like the downgraded version of the SI. And then there's the other, I don't know what the other model is, but it's the even more downgraded version from this car. I was lucky enough to have one that was similar to the SI because it has a sunroof, it has power windows, it has, you know, good seats, you know, everything you want in a car, it has it. So let's talk about gas mileage in this thing. This thing is extremely good on gas. I get one time I did count how much I got, and I actually got 37 miles to the gallon. That is really good, and especially from where I drive, it's like probably 10-minute drive to school from the house, and it really doesn't suck as much gas. 20 bucks fills this thing up completely. And yeah, maybe this is a weird review, maybe not the fastest Civic out there. So stock, the suspension is all right. Mine's is kind of wacko because it's, you know, it's old. But I am planning on getting at least coilovers or eBay springs on it just to make it lower enough. I am gonna try to get stretch tires on this thing because I really don't like the big beefy tires that it has right now. But that's like futuristic stuff. The commotion about this car right now would probably be that this does not look like a 98 Honda. Actually, this is actually a 98 Honda Civic. So I did the 99 to 2000 front end on this car. That's why it doesn't look like a 98 from the front end. But the whole thing was pretty easy, it's pretty simple. Something common that a whole bunch of Honda Civic owners or the EK owners kind of do to their car, unless they want to stay with the true Type R version or look on the car. The 96 or 98 is basically a Type R front end. It looks like the Type R. And then from 99 to 2000 is the SI front end, which is pretty cool for me. I like the SI more than the Type R front end, but that's just me. Modifications on these cars are so easy. Like, you can work, anybody can work on these cars. It's a very easy car to work on. It's not something that you're gonna go to a shop all the time and you're not gonna be able to do stuff yourself. Everything is simple in this car, and that's what makes Honda and what makes this Civic amazing and simply awesome. So my car revs out at 5,000 RPM, which is not that good, because considering that, I know this car can rev out even more than that, you know, and I want to change that sooner or later. I have an ECU, I swap it around once in a while when I want to go all the way up on the RPMs. I usually swap it out, but right now with this ECU, it saves way more gas than what it usually would. I get a lot of attention in it, even though it's not lowered, even though it's still stock. I get pretty good attention with it, and that's what you want to get from yourself. Like, I don't know, like, if you're a car guy, you like getting attention from your car. You know, I sat this car for a year, I worked on it for a year, and it's totally paid off. The car runs fine, drives fine, everything is good on the car. I absolutely love it, to be honest with you. I did the headliner on it, it was all flappy and whatnot. I did it myself. If you guys want to see that, that's also down I'm gonna leave it in the icon box. That's also in there. I actually did it myself and did a video on it. So the purple headliner that's up here, I did it all by myself. Something super simple where people would take it to a shop and get it done for a large amount of money when they can do it at home. I went to Walmart, paid $4 I think or something like that for the stuff I used, and then an extra $2 for the adhesive that you need for the headliner. The plans for this car, I was originally thinking going LS VTEC in it, and I think that's the best way to go right now because the V18 for itself is a pretty strong motor, and with VTEC it's going to be even cooler, even stronger, and that's what I want. I want to boost it eventually in the future, but for right now, as it sits right now, I think it's fine where it's at. As a teenager, for you guys that are watching this, or you guys that are looking into buying this car is not going to be something that's going to, you know, race everything on the streets unless you start modifying it. Mikey's car is pretty fast. Mikey's car is faster than mine. His Civic is way faster than mine. But that's because it's, you know, got more work to it. His revs out to like freaking 9 grand. Which is pretty awesome, to be honest with you. A lot of people online and everything, what I've been seeing is, you know, they lower it, stance it, do all these crazy mess with it. And you don't really see much of these on the track. Or like, you rarely see these on the track, but usually they're just not really out there. They're not exposed as if you had a hatch or if you had something else like that, like a CRX. I would really love to make this car a grip car. It would be very awesome. I would love to do that one day, but we'll see what happens. When Honda came out with this car, they were trying to meet the expectations that the first generation Civic made. The first generation Civic basically killed the game completely in gas mileage related, you know, reliability, price, everything was perfect about it. And that's where Honda has always struck good at, making a nice, perfect car where everybody can buy and everything. The first Honda Civic had 62 horsepower. These make around 130, 140 horsepower stock from the factory. That's not including, you know, the miles that you put in it, but you know, that's what it made from the factory, and it gave good gas mileage, which a lot of US cars really don't have. You know, Ford doesn't have as many cars that could save as much gas as this thing. You know, these things are still out there. Like, to be honest, we have to learn how to appreciate these things because these things are amazing, awesome, and I love my car to death. If I had to choose between any other car, this is probably the one to daily the most because it's fun in every way. Even though it's slow, even though, you know, it's not something you see every day, it's fun, it's unique, it's something that you don't see every day, you know? It's something that you can go wild in, your imagination can go wild in these cars, you can do whatever you want with them, you can personalize them, make them your own. You know, so many modifications that you can put into these cars, and it's insane, you know? But, you know, the car usually is shunned upon. A lot of people hate Hondas, and, you know, sometimes I can see why, sometimes I don't see why. But, you know, what I'm trying to say is don't hate on the brand, hate on the driver. Because it's the driver and the person who owns the car that makes the car what it is. If you guys want to watch more videos on the Civic, they're all going to be on the channel. Please subscribe for more videos on this thing. We're going to do a lot of things in the future with this. And if you guys want to find out and see what's going on, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, so then this video can go all over the places so people can watch and enjoy these kind of types of content videos. To you EK owners, my bros that are out there, you know, we have one of the coolest cars that Honda has ever made. Probably one of the most historic cars that Honda has ever made. And this car will be one of those cars that are going to be very wanted in the future for what they are and what they made. You know, memories in these cars, you know, from the Fast and the Furious era to now, these cars have made a very big escalation. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's review. If you guys liked it, remember, leave a thumbs up. If I left something out, please leave it down in the comments. And if you guys want me to do something else like this again, we will do so. We're gonna have another review sooner or later, but today I just wanted to practice with you guys, see how I did. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, have a nice day. I'll catch you guys to the next one. What's up, guys? Teenricer here, back at it again with another video.